nurture.
What is Kevin doing? What are you doing, Kevin? The show has started, Kevin. We've told you like 10 times. Trash to Cash podcast, episode 195-ish,
wow.
maybe.
We did it.
96, maybe.
How's it going, boys? You know, there was no technical difficulties getting this up and running at all tonight.
Not at all.
It's not.
We're in the
minutes
future.
late.
Would not go on without Dave. I don't know if that's
true.
good.
No,
or
that's
not.
100% true.
I think it was.
How do
I was
normal
offended.
people do this? That's what I want to know.
Well, okay, so in the past, they spent a lot of time on YouTube and Google. Now they just go on ChatGPT and ask for the terminal prompt that will remove the driver permanently.
But
I guess you have to have
thing.
like a base level of knowledge to know what to ask ChatGPT. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's true.
You sure know how to alienate everybody the first minute by talking about ChatGPT.
I just want
People
to
don't want to talk about it anymore.
Computers are going to take over everything. I literally
true.
haven't touched anything since last week's. Like, nothing was touched.
But it's
so
like,
it should just work the same.
You're right. I think you're right, but I think, like, I don't know. It's okay, so it's like the DVD player. I guess you're right. You know, it always just works. You just hit play. But every now and then, Grandpa sits on the remote and changes the input. And then you got to call the cable guy to come press input because he can't figure it out. Like, this is a perennial problem.
Yeah,
This
first
has
you got to
always been
get
an
it
issue
out.
for the
First you have to
elderly.
get it out, which could require
Yeah.
surgery. Then you change.
Yeah. Yeah, so, okay. Listen, I did have a very cute card moment tonight, Carrie. It was cute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Let's do
right
it,
off
dude.
the
Cute
bat,
card moment of the
eBay
week.
sales. eBay
It wasn't
sales.
cute. It was just kind of nice. I liked
eBay news
seeing
today,
it.
by the way.
This is about an eBay sale, okay? So someone came over. My daughter's boyfriend. My daughter has a boyfriend, which is very upsetting. But she has a boyfriend. He's a very nice kid. We played Catan with him tonight, Carrie. And his first game ever taught him the
Did he
game.
win?
He won. He won Catan. He won.
Dude, you can't win anymore, man. You can't win at all. You've lost
I
it,
am
whatever
on a
you
cold
had.
Well, there was extreme collusion at the highest level. Like, everyone knew I was going to win, so they all started saying no. There was a trade ban on me. Like, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. So
All of it. Tariffs,
yeah. So, anyways,
everything.
his dad comes to pick him up, and we hear the eBay cha-ching. And so, of course, Tina's like, "Oh, did you just sell something on eBay?" And then it got the conversation going, and you know, the wife looks at him. She's like really proud of him. She's like, "Yeah, he just made a sale. That's cool because he's just starting. He's a new eBayer.
Nice.
It's kind of cool,
Wow.
right?"
Did you
That
tell
is
him
a
to
fun-
subscribe to Commonwealth Liver?
Well, no. Okay, we're gonna go through it. So I'll tell him. I gave him good advice. Not
What a
bad
waste
advice.
of time.
So basically, you know, we get in this conversation that he has now just started to get into card flipping. Okay, so he was excited. It was a $1.50 sale. It was a $1.50
Nice.
card sale. And he was
go.
talking about the card shop, Carrie, your card shop, and how he likes to go there. And he said one of the guys let him take home the soccer box and pick what he wanted and then bring it back,
wow.
which is crazy nice of your dude at the shop.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, though. I
Yeah,
can see that.
yeah. So he was talking about how he's just getting into card flipping. He's always loved cards, and he knows football, and he loves soccer, and all this other stuff. And so I recommended the No Banger Sports Card Podcast.
Oh,
is what
dude.
I did.
It's one of the
Yeah.
best. It's one of
Yeah.
the best.
I said it's really
One
good
of.
for people who like don't really want to
Not the
profit,
best.
but they want
We're
to sell
far from
sports
the
cards.
best, but we're one of them. We're a
Well,
podcast.
I was telling him it's much more relatable than a lot of the content out there because he
true.
was talking about how like
Extremely
a lot of it was very
relatable.
like when Tina told him about your Caitlin Clark, he's like, "Oh, well, my best card's $100 Jaden Daniels." And I'm like, "You need to listen to No
We
Bangers."
double down on relatability, and we realize that we're not going to be inspirational at all.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I'm
All right,
saying?
Carrie, I've
Double
decided
down on
your
relatability.
Your mic's a bit hot. Pull it away from your face, or turn the volume knob down a little bit. Whichever you prefer. That volume knob I showed you, where it was like halfway up, the little one on the left. Turn it down just a scotch.
Got it. Is that better?
Yeah, Carrie's trying a new mic, and I don't want him to crackle too much.
Is that good?
But yeah, no, yeah, it's fine. I won't know till you yell again. But yeah, it should be fine.
I yell
Well,
a
you-
lot.
Well, and we just adjusted it for that to be okay, so it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, no, that was very cool. And so I brought him out here, and I showed him the whole setup, and I showed him my cards, and I talked about the breaks and things like that. He wanted me to explain what a break was, so that was, it was like,
Wow,
you know,
dude.
it was kind of
It's
cool.
the
and
circle of card life.
yeah, and
And
so
your
I
daughter
said,
was cringing the whole time.
well, my youngest daughter brought out her Pokemon collection
Yeah, I
and was
bet
in
she
heaven showing
Callie
him.
loves
Yeah.
to
Yeah, she loves to show her
From the
binder.
day we arrived on the planet.
Is that a hard thing to get? That thing you're holding?
No, not at all. That's
Oh.
yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
it's at the Ormond Beach
Anna,
Walmart right now.
Anna
if you
was
want it.
actually pretty cool about it. Like she didn't even care that I was wearing my Bucky shirt.
Did she
let me
tell
play
her-
a game with him. It was weird.
Yeah,
I
you were
thought
wearing
that'd be
your dress up.
my dress Bucky shirt.
too.
Yeah.
So I'm
yeah.
sure he knows you're
special
like a
occasions.
YouTube daddy, right?
Well, he
knows
does
you're, like,
now.
a star.
Well, I didn't know he didn't know that, and I didn't really tell him that.
really?
Yeah, I told him I sell
You
on
mean
eBay.
your daughter wouldn't be like bragging about her dad and
Yeah.
to her
My
boyfriend?
teenage daughter be proud of me? Come on.
Yeah.
Probably ashamed
No.
of Dave.
A shame. A lot of shame. A lot of
Turner
shame.
Lots of
tells
shame.
people my daughter does not tell anybody.
No, yeah, it's exactly right. So she doesn't tell anyone. But I mean, they probably saw that.
I tell everybody that Dave's my friend. I'm like, Dave, Cooking with Dave, ADH
Yeah.
Dave, NC Builder. I mentioned
NC
that a
Builder
lot.
primarily. Well, I got recognized at the card show 4 times, Carrie. Did I tell you that? 4
Dude,
times I went to a
that's-
card show,
dude,
got recognized.
That's a way.
So it's-
Yeah, it's a way to feel good, right? Was it for your cooking channel or actually break time with Dave?
No, it was for ADHD.
Oh, that has not been
ADHD.
announced.
picking
Here.
channel.
Aren't
Yeah.
you breaking news, Carrie? You can't keep a secret.
No, dude, that's not a secret.
That wasn't a
It's
secret.
not a secret.
I mean, I talked about
was
my
a
Flipper
secret
channel
from
like
me
2
for
weeks
months.
ago.
Yeah, it's not a
How?
secret.
We talked about it on my
Talking
Flipper
about
channel.
you got dates on that thing from like a month and a half ago. What are you
I
talking
know.
about?
What? How have Carrie found it in day 1?
It's because
Rod
Carrie
found it on day
consumes
1.
way too much garbage TikTok.
Yeah.
I do not.
Dude,
I didn't
it's-
even know it existed till you sent me
Yeah.
that link.
Yeah, it
I had
exists.
no idea.
It's
Yeah,
not really
speaking
doing
of
anything, but it
garbage
exists.
TikTok, I think I might have adult onset scoliosis
Yeah, you do.
based on what I've
I
been
noticed.
seeing.
I didn't want to say it, but I did notice.
But it's adult onset, so I think that's okay.
Is that like diabetes? I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's
Wilford
scoliosis.
Brimley?
I didn't look any further.
That's where your
I
back
just
is
hope
like
I can live
hunched
with it.
over. That's where your back is hunched over.
Type 2
Sure.
scoliosis.
Sure,
don't
I'll
really
take your
think
word
you
for
have
it.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
whatever that
it's-
is, I'll take it.
Carrie,
I'll tell you
Carrie
what,
sent me
though.
some motivations, Kevin. Oh, we'll talk about that later. Say your thing. I want to talk about those.
I was
later,
just
though.
gonna say I have like I'm get because I list on my phone and so I'm always and I edit on my phone.
job,
I do
buddy.
everything on my phone and I've got like
Wow.
eBay elbow or something. It's
Oh,
really
poor guy.
rough.
I got eBay. I got wagon shoulder.
You got it.
wagon shoulder.
Yeah, I got wagon shoulder.
I've got
for pulling
a
wagon.
I've got a low T. That's what the doctor said.
That's not related to what we're talking about.
But I thought we were sharing.
Just wanted to announce your medical issues.
We'll just write them all down. Just throw it all out.
I have
there.
high blood pressure.
No
Kevin, what's
secrets.
yours?
I'm not telling
Kevin
what
has
mine is.
too
I
many.
got plenty.
When you hit your 80s, the list gets a
Oh
little
my
long,
gosh.
basically.
I did
There's
go
more,
to the
yeah.
doctor, and
You get those
whatever
polyps removed?
was going on is like it crept back in the normal range. So that makes
The
me
polyps
very
aren't usually on the butt cheek, but they were for Kevin, which is interesting.
Dude.
It's easier to remove.
I know Carrie and Kevin don't do this, but I now have this thing, like if I'm feeling like stressed, overwhelmed, or down, I go back and I watch the Kevin pooping song. The song where Carrie's motivating me and stuff, like not even
Yeah.
related to pooping. It's just such like a
Dude,
it brings
you
me
really
joy
like
every
that.
time I watch it. Yeah. It's just like
Carrie's
I
a good
was
mix.
like overwhelmed today. I just put it on today. I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can do it, guys.
I'm like your
feeling
light
good.
bright, man.
Yeah.
I went
it's
out.
kinda good.
I went out on a Sunday. Jess has been gone, so we handled all the live stuff this week, and I ran out of stuff. I went out and just sat in the shed today, the back shed. Nothing, no music, no nothing. I was just taking pictures and listing, like old school, just straight up taking
Wow.
pictures. And
How many
listing.
did you
For
list?
A long time. Not many.
How many did you
I
list?
did take a lot more pictures than listing.
Like how old
How
school
many did
were
you
you
list?
listing? Were you taking photos and sending them into the Bedford newspaper so they could go in the
Listed
classified?
probably
Send them to
8 or
Tech and
9.
Sports.
But I've got pictures
yeah,
for,
dude.
for far more. So my sales were
so
down. So I'm
I-
like, you know what?
I want-
I'm gonna go list. Last 2
Let
days.
the record show I listed more on eBay than Kevin today.
Yeah, no
I
doubt,
listed
no
10
doubt.
items. 10 items.
Wow.
I wasn't planning
Well,
on doing it.
day's not over.
I was having this like, well, yeah, exactly. It is for me. When this is over, I am asleep 30 minutes later. So the problem I had was all that crap I really didn't want to list or sell from the container that I bought out. The shipping, or it's not a shipping container. It's called a storage unit, whatever. It was just, it's been sitting in the way for 3 weeks. And this is the issue. Like when you get inventory you're not passionate about, it just is in your way. And today I finally just said, all right, I'm going to list it, and anything I don't list is going in the trash, and that's what I did. I just
And then you
people
made
get
a
mad that I
Facebook
threw
post
anything out,
about
but
it.
I did.
The things
Yes,
that you're not
exactly.
passionate about. You made a post thinking this would be a great post.
Yeah.
People are passionate about the things that I'm not passionate about.
Well, are you saying that like it's not a great post? Because I bet you I make at least $6 on it.
That's really our whole life is now how much we're making off a Facebook photo. That's all
And
we
it's
talk
not
about.
even a lot.
It's the
but
new.
It's,
It's
just
it's the new.
You know what it
We're
is?
making $1.72 on
You know,
Dibdick
yeah, we
conversation.
did
it's like
this.
It's the new one.
It's not a lot of money, but it's such stupid money that you're making for just a photo that you have to
Yes.
get excited about. You're like, you can't
Yes.
believe I made
It's kinda
86
fun.
cents on this stupid AI image. Like, what the crap?
There's these we've done this before, y'all. We've done this with me and Dave did it first with the push on TikTok, and he beat me so badly I wanted to quit. With Carrie's help,
should've.
Carrie helped me out, and then whatever. And then we did it with. I mean, Carrie was doing it on Pinterest for goodness sake.
Oh, yeah.
tried,
I still
and
do
then
it
all
on
the
Snap.
things.
What a waste of time that is, but I
yeah,
still do it.
well, by do it you mean you have robots that do it for you.
Repurpose, yeah.
You don't go to Snap. Are you even on Snap?
I'm on. I don't understand how to use it. I don't know. I mean, I just keep
makes me
sending
feel real
pictures of
good.
myself naked and they disappear. I don't know what's happening.
It's not like I want these on there for more than 24 hours. That's a good angle.
The good part about all this is I get frustrated with all of it. Although I did sit down and figure out how to do something yesterday that I used to make Dave do for me, so that was cool.
I was proud of you
But
for that. Yeah.
I get so frustrated with all of it that that's what it motivates me to list stuff, which is cool. 'Cause
My
it's
guess
that's my break.
My guess
Listing
is the
my break.
frustration comes from part of your frontal cortex not developing because of your generation drinking from the water hose and staying out all
Maybe.
night or whatever
I don't
you guys
care.
did back
If I had to
then.
go back, I would drink.
I wasn't
more
allowed
from
to leave the
water hose.
cul-de-sac, and look how I turned out. A plus.
Oh, seriously, you weren't allowed? Oh, dude, we used to. It was
dangerous in
crazy.
California, man.
Dude, we used
Do
to
I
get
look
on
like
the bus.
Do I look like I can get in a street fight?
you can
Me
get
and my
in
brother
one,
would
yes.
get golf.
I could
clubs
get in
and
one, but
go-
can I get out of one?
Get in one.
I mean, I could get out of it via ambulance.
He would have never survived. Rattlesnakes and mountain
Oh
hikes
man,
and
dude,
we
there's
were
a spider.
all over the place.
There's a big old. I left the door open. Crap. There's a big old spider over there in there, and I got to take care of it because Don doesn't even want to go in that closet anymore.
Isn't it funny how generations do that? Like, and then that generation that their kids turn out totally different than the generation before, and because their experience dictates how they parent, and then
Yeah,
vice versa,
they-
and it just goes all over.
The yin and the yang. The yin and the yang is what it gets. It's
Yeah,
just
the
the back
yin
and forth.
and the yang.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
The yin and the yang.
I don't discipline well, I don't want to get into that. People probably get mad, but I didn't imagine myself parenting the way that I parent at all. If that
Poorly?
makes any sense. No, I parent. What are you talking about?
Not well.
Jeez. Nothing like my parents at all. But my
no,
kids
I
also.
agree with that. I parent way different than I expected. And I think your parenting style changes as they age.
Yeah.
And
no
with
doubt.
each
And
kid.
depending on the kid, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like with Carrie, I have to be a little bit tougher. Like he's just got
You
such
literally say that to me. Like, I got to
hang-ups.
push you sometimes, and then
he's
I
got
got to
such
pull
hang-ups,
back.
and I try to push through, and I just can't always get through to
I'm like,
him.
yeah.
How do I reach this kid? I don't know.
I'm older than you, but I act much younger.
You know, I saw a depressing TikTok today saying if you're
nice.
40, if you're 45, you may only have about 30 summers left.
Oh wow.
Depressing.
There you go.
I would take 30 more right now.
Well, we know that, Mr. 72. But we're talking about
exactly.
us 40-year-olds.
Exactly. Okay. If you could remember summer '55, then it's not going to be the same.
My mom wasn't even born in 55.
Both my parents.
Okay, so
were.
I listed
my
10
dad was
tools on
16.
eBay. Actually, not all
10
tools,
tools.
Kevin. No, it was actually like 6 tools and 4 pieces of glass. I figured I'd try some glass. I don't know if I'm
Tools
good
and
at listing glass. The glass will probably be on Antiquity within the next 2 weeks, would be my guess. But I figured I'd try it. And then I'll get frustrated in 2 weeks and put it on Antiquity because I don't know if I did it right. I don't know if I
probably
called it
had
the right
the
thing.
biggest eBay. By the way, probably had the biggest eBay sale of the week.
Wow.
You were Dawn.
Through the DC Sports, I sold a card for
yeah.
not $1.50.
Does it count as your...
Yeah, animals. I sold it
wanna
for
talk about
$283.
Who was it?
Who exactly? Wouldn't you like to know?
I
It was
thinking
my
about it.
Yadier. It was Yadier Molina and a Johnny Bench dual auto to 10 that I pulled out
That's
of
kind of
a
cool
box.
cards.
It is.
I was thinking about that.
rare
Isn't that
one.
the one that you were like, that's going to be like
I thought it was gonna be like 600, but I
$500,
just
$600?
yeah. But here's the thing about that product is like if you don't get it that first week and a half, it probably is at about the level of what it's gonna be probably for a while because it's rare. But
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Well, here's what I wanted to ask
respectfully to both of you guys, suck it. Respectfully though.
you. The whole 1099 thing, which is changing again, by the way, but you don't want to talk about that. If you're giving it to a company like that, they're getting the 1099 from eBay. You think there's people out there doing it and sending it to that company so they avoid the tax thing, or does that company send you a thing so that you gotta? Does that make sense?
You get 1099 from them, yeah, but
From
just like
them,
anything,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
you would get 1099 with the new law. I guess at a certain level you wouldn't, but like you still, if you're making money, you got to count it whether you're getting 1099 or not. So
Yeah. Oh, I understand that, but let's be realistic. There's plenty of people that aren't
Oh, I
hitting
bet.
that threshold
Yeah.
that aren't
I would
paying
bet.
enough.
Yeah.
In case people don't know what we're talking about, Carrie sometimes sends items to a company, has them list them on eBay, and sell them, right? That's what's happening. And now you're saying you pay no eBay fees.
No. So what
Pays
happens?
a
It's
fee.
I do. So like for this card, since it was over a certain amount, it was only 15% flat. So that's not much different than if the 12 or 13% you would have been on eBay, and if
Yeah.
you've done any promotion, it's probably cheaper. And I'm leveraging the fact
Well,
that
you
they
wouldn't
have,
promote a card like
they're
that,
like a
probably.
top. I think it's DC Sports 87. I believe they're top 20 eBayer in the world right now. I
What
believe,
made you
in
decide
volume.
to? They do it at auction, not buy it now.
Yeah, they do auction.
What-
There's
why
other
did
companies
you
that'll
wa-
do buy it now.
You've told me that the auction is like the desperate need to sell it now. You're not going to get as much money. That's what he's
Well,
told me multiple times.
It's part. Well,
I
when have I
understand
said that?
all the time. When,
Just
when I
in
look
general
at when I
about
look
eBay,
at
we all know
comps, you
this.
tell me that auctions are not how you're going to get your best
It's
dollar
just-
for cards.
Yeah, but I'm
That's what
kind
you
of changing
say.
my business model to like a speed method. So what I found is like compared to like
Changing?
a whatnot, adapting. Some would say.
Okay.
Like whatnot, I'm not gonna always get that. Even on whatnot, I'm not gonna get that top tier of value for a card like that. For certain types of cards, I think I can get a better amount of money, even than I could get myself. And the cool thing, what I like the most about it is why people like FBA, right? Is like I could go to the National for a week, and then we're gonna go probably to garage sales after that, all of us, or whatever we're doing, allegedly. I could be gone 2 weeks and have 2 or 3 or 4 shipments there, making me money.
What do you think if you listed that
See,
card
now
buy it
that's-
now though? It could have sold for 4.
I don't think it would have been that much different at this point. Maybe
would you
could
have
have
tried
got.
to list
I
it
had
for?
offers. I had somebody close at like 450. They were considering it, but it didn't happen. So I waited for a couple weeks. The product was not as
Did you
fresh
have
as
it
was.
listed as a buy it now?
Yeah, I did for a little bit. Yeah,
You did it as a buy it now, and then you sent it to the company.
yeah. After that, I had it on Dibdit cards, whatnot, I believe, and Mercari for like 2 weeks or so,
Okay.
and then I sent it to the
Interesting.
company.
And how much was it listed for at those sites?
Like
Buy
the
it now?
first day I got it, which was the day it released, I had it at like 600, and I had people interested. If I would have been a little maybe more aggressive, because I have the Instagram
Yeah.
following too, I probably could have
Yeah.
got 4 like right
Yeah.
away. But that's
No,
the
I'm-
tough thing. Like there was no way to know what that was valued at that exact moment because there was no other comps. There were
No,
similar.
I take lowball offers on both my cards just to get them going. I do it on normal eBay stuff too.
So it's part of
I
my
do it on
strategy
eBay
now. We're going to
stuff
see how
where-
it works. It's kind of fun. I'm getting
Yeah.
into it. It's like my new thing.
I've got these lead little army figures and stuff that I can't. I think they look like they're from the Napoleonic Wars, but they're British and I don't know. Anyway, I can't figure them out. So I'm giving up. I spent like 5 minutes trying to figure them out. I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna take pictures and I'm gonna put them on auction and put the best keywords in there, and I'm gonna make money on
Well,
it.
if you were to
I don't want to figure it
kind
out.
of
I tried.
on your breakfast oatmeal, take like a grater and get some shavings of the figures into your oatmeal each morning.
Exactly.
Some lead.
Strong bones.
Yeah, strong bones until they deteriorate rapidly. Oh
Till
man,
you
that's my
die.
nightmare.
Don't
Thanks
do
for
that,
bringing it
guys.
up.
Don't do that.
Don't shave lead into your food, folks.
So Tim
You
told
heard
me
it
to
here
lick
first.
stuff like that to figure it out. I shouldn't have licked them. Probably
You
not.
licked them?
No.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Well, they're
It
lead,
doesn't
but
matter
then
how
they
much
have paint
AI
on
you're
'em.
using to list if you're covered in radium and lead, you're toast. Doesn't matter at that point.
Oh man, my sales stink, y'all. They've
Oh,
been
my
bad
gosh.
the last 2 days.
Did they, buddy?
sad.
My eBay payouts are on hold because I need to fix my bank account. Just like Mike called me during his show and was trying to get me to like re-sign up for his Patreon thing because my card, like I said, our card expired. And I said,
Called
okay,
you up and
yeah,
re-sign
during
up.
the show. And I said,
You
fine, I'll
are
do it.
all
I
of
said,
our
I'll
income.
do it. I will reset it up, but you gotta have Dan convince me to do it. I want Dan to give me like a motivational speech. Dan didn't do nothing, so now it's waiting another week. Dan, I want that motivational, I want a little like motivation to get my card out and enter it into Google and all that other stuff. There's work
You
involved.
fixed
I got-
it.
gotta
Did you
motivate
fix
me.
it for the Rocky Top Picker show or whatever? Because
haven't done
he
that one.
mentioned
They
our-
haven't complained
He mentioned
yet.
our name in the last episode.
Well, this is
Are
what
they even
confused
paying
Mike.
attention?
No, this is what confused Mike. Like, I pay by the month, and so the month may end on the 7th or the 13th,
they
or
have it.
whenever I signed up. So it ends at a different time for each person, and so Mike's took a little while, so he was confused. That's all.
He's typically confused. So,
I had a bad week of yard sales up here. First,
dude,
it
is
broke my
anything?
streak
Are you
of
just
good-
gonna
no one
complain this whole episode?
Yeah, kept my
I'm not-
sales are
who's
terrible.
complaining?
Bad
Can you
week
get a
of yard
hat?
sales.
Can you get a hat that's a little more presentable? We're in front of thousands of
Hemorrhoid
people
popped
right
at the
now.
beginning
I
of
had
the
a number
show.
one picker. What? Oh gosh. Oh my goodness.
I have a
Lord.
heavy number 10, Kevin, because I've been
heavy
uploading
number
shorts.
10.
I
had
don't
a
even wanna
little
know.
Shorts.
slip to it too.
A heavy number 10, like, is that
Yeah, what's up
urine,
with the
poop,
shorts?
and blood? What's a number 10?
I see you're putting
I'll show you
shorts
next
on
time you
this
come over.
podcast. You're doing like just mountains of shorts in this podcast. You're
Yeah.
obviously not creating them yourself.
No,
right?
No, but you
So
know what?
somebody-
So finally, AI has gotten to
We
the point
created
where they're
them,
good enough,
and
where
AI
they're
is
good
helping
enough.
us.
And like for a podcast, the AI like clippers have always been like pretty solid. The problem
Yeah,
has
a lot
always
of
been our
podcasts use them.
3-person show, right? Our 3-person show. But now,
it's working.
even though it's not perfect, they finally figured out how to do a 3-person show with it, and so it's
Yeah.
like pretty good. And so when they come up, I find myself watching every one because I'm like, yeah, that was fun.
Do you
Because
think
it's like
if
30 seconds. Like, why not?
Do you
It's
think if
kinda
I like
fun.
say the word AI, it'll start paying attention at this
But-
moment, and then we can get a clip out of this?
Here's
Probably,
the
I got
yeah.
some.
here's the issue I have. I started to see them pop up on your Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
They're
you're
my midnight
monetizing
content.
me and
They're my
Carrie.
midnight content.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So at
That
like
makes sense.
so at like I think I set it up for 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. I have one of the Trash to Cash shorts go on my ADH Dave page.
Yeah, so all the Filipinos
you were doing
get
2
it,
a.m.
like in the middle of the day.
Yeah. I started.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I might as well
Yeah.
see if I can get some money on Facebook for this.
For all the people in Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, everybody
I
in
deserve it. The
Indonesia,
amount of
everybody in
support I do
Australia,
for
New
this
Zealand.
show.
Cherie's probably excited about them.
Hey, I'm all for it, Dave.
Listen,
All
I'll
for
give
it.
you a flash drive full of them, Kev. You can
No,
load
I
them
don't
onto
want
your
any
Facebook
of them.
page
I don't
too.
want them on my
Nope.
Facebook page.
You never take a flash drive from somebody. That's what
It's
I
my
learned.
after dark content. Yeah, dude. What if it's full of Bitcoin?
What? So what are you making? Like about 30, 20, 30
I
cents
haven't
on
checked. I haven't checked. I'll check. I'll check. That's a good point. I bet I'm making something.
I'll look
on
at
it.
I'll look at my
the
recent
things we
ones.
do for money
I'm
instead
starting
of
to do American
listing
arbitrage
stuff.
again because I'm a
Okay,
reseller,
so
not just a
So
card
here,
guy.
listen. This is
Hey, I
me,
got
guys.
cool
Any of you content creators who are like, man, has like YouTube fixed it so if you upload shorts, it doesn't ruin your long form anymore? I'm making the sacrifice. I'm trying it, and
Yeah.
it has been brutal so far on my my picker channel. But here's the thing: my
For
picker
your
channel
long form
has been,
or your short form?
my long form is brutal. My long form is brutal.
I do them both
So-
on cards from the very beginning.
But from the beginning, that's the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you've been doing only long form for 5 years like me, what happens if you start doing shorts? Well, apparently your long form just dies on the vine. Like it is a hard 10, hardest 10 I've
could it
had
also
in a long,
be
long
like
time.
could it also be like the quality of the content that you're producing?
No, here's why I think it is, Dave. Here's why I
Yeah.
think it is. Because I'm subscribed to your channel, and I have the little, alert thing, whatever. I get
Life
all
alert.
those alerts, right? And so now when I get an alert, I just assume it's a short.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I don't click on it. And then it drops that rate down and it kills that video. That's
I
why I,
think
did
that's
Garage
fair,
Sale
yeah.
Nation.
Yeah, no, and that's why I've never done it for so long. But I'm also to the point where this channel is just slowly dying anyways. Like, it's not really explainable. It's just literally been going down for, like, the last year and a half,
I-
just less
I-
and less views, right?
I
And
think
so...
not all picker channels, but a lot of them have seen that.
Yeah. And so if that's going to happen, it's one of those things like either I can succumb to the death of the channel or I can try to revive it by trying something different. And I'm going to commit to it for 30 days. For 30 days, I'm going to put shorts on there and see what happens. And maybe
Well, my shorts are going nuts on Garage Sale Nation. I get
it might
way
completely
more
kill my
views than I
revenue.
ever did.
It might completely kill that revenue, but I've gotten to a point where that is not my biggest revenue generator. It's my fourth or so biggest revenue generator in my life, so I can probably be okay if it goes
With
down
eBay coming
25%.
back strong.
Yeah, eBay coming back.
You're
yeah, okay.
fine,
So I
man.
made 55 cents on one of the trash to cash reels and 60 cents on the other one. So that's like
Alright.
$1 while I was sleeping, guys.
This is like
You
Kevin
want-
talk. This is the kind of you got to be careful not to turn Kevin on right now because this is the kind of stuff he likes. You got to
You
chill
want to make
out,
money
man.
while you're sleeping, guys.
I'll
That's the
tell
key.
you what.
67
Here you go.
cents on that one.
Well, listen, I do love that little stuff. I think
$1
it makes-
on this one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I'm doing 2 a day. That's like, $1.50 a day.
Well, maybe you should start putting them on. Well, no, that's not monetized. I bought this. If you have your phones and you can look at my Facebook post, I posted something on Facebook that it drove me nuts the rest of the day. I had to go look at it when I got home. There was a box of soap. Did you see that post by any chance? You probably don't look at it.
No, what kind of soap?
There's a box of soap.
Are you
just a few
reselling
posts
soap?
Down.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, it's the
Octagon
second
soap
post down,
sells
4
good.
hours ago. Yeah, no kidding. So my dad found this. I'm like, holy cow, my dad is killing me picking here lately. He's not, but he's doing good. I really appreciate it. He's got better, and he's helped me out. Anyway, I'm walking away from this sale, and he's like, hey, come over and look at this. And he'd already showed me like 8, 10 things, and I didn't want any of them. But, he said that. I wasn't going to be like, forget it, let's leave. I went over there and looked at him like a good boy. And
No, he's a good
it
boy.
was soaps, 8 soaps for $1, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you see? I don't know if you can see that post, but it's some brand name where you can sell these
take
things.
your
Sell
word
on
for it.
eBay, some like fancy hotel or something. And I asked the lady, I'm like, how about $20 for the whole box? And she's like, yeah, sure. I took the box, I brought it back to the car. My dad's like, you probably paid too much for that. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, there's no way there's that many soaps in there. So as soon as I got home, I had to get them out and count it. Sure enough, it was like $14 worth of soap. I paid $20 for. But that's what kind of those little things,
Kevin,
Is
you
this
I'm
what
gonna
happens
kill
when we
him.
let him
Yes.
talk too long? This is
Shut up.
not
It was
good.
good.
For the,
Look, there's a lot of people. Look, there's 41,000 people who have seen that.
Kevin admitted
I've
to
made-
a mistake. It certainly ain't 2022
Bro.
anymore.
I've made 77 cents off a picture of a bin of plushes.
This is
at the
terrible
thrift store
content.
today. And
This
it's
is
in
a reselling
it's in
podcast.
less than 2 hours. 77. I'm on pace for like
Please,
$10
you start
off
off-
on that.
All right, so I did.
I
A
went
week
to
way,
the
that
thrift store
tiger
just
on
to
the
get
top.
photos, basically, and a little bit of
top
video.
tiger was.
I did a
I know.
a week
I
of.
know.
a little bit.
I'm an artist and a content creator. I
Let's
got
talk
that.
about our reselling for a little bit, okay? Let's take it off content
Reselling.
base. And Harry Tornado
Have
is
a
the
really
only
good
one
sale.
listening for the last 5 minutes. Is Harry?
Dude,
Tornado.
oh,
He's
yeah,
the only one
dude.
paying attention.
He's taking
He wants
notes.
to go
So
play
let's move
golf.
to reselling. So
Tornado.
I had a card week. I just sold cards. I didn't.
Yeah,
do
that's what they
anything
want.
So
You're pivoting to cards?
hold on.
Yes,
I
you're
was
mad at
gonna-
me for
I
talking
think it's-
cards for 2 years.
I think it's
Yeah, be done.
important. Well, okay. I think it's important just to say that I tested doing auctions for card breaks instead of buy it nows. So I did test something different, and it went pretty good. Like sometimes I'd get more
You
than I
said
used
this
to
on the
sell them
last
for buy it
podcast.
now, and sometimes I'd get less for when I did it buy it now. Is that possible? I don't know if I had started yet last time we did a podcast.
Anything is
Maybe I
possible.
did.
You did.
Kevin Garnett. 20.
Maybe I did like
I-
one or two. Now I've moved to fully auctions.
Yesterday,
So-
I had one of the worst days on eBay in a long time, and I don't even have it up anymore.
Well,
Shut
it's hard to keep it up at your age.
Yeah,
Eight.
seriously.
I had a
But,
bad
you know,
week. What can I say?
Valiant effort.
I had one. I had almost a $900 day, and the week still was down.
Wow.
That's how bad the
Super
last 2 days have
relatable.
been. I guess it was July 4th weekend. That really
Yes.
that was tough. Maybe I'll just give myself a break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'll
Give yourself a break,
on it.
man. $900
I have-
weekend? Is that what you had? You said I wasn't listening.
No. I had an like a $889 day,
Oh,
and
man,
then
really?
the weekend came and it just went boop 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 down to like
dang it, man.
$110 on one day, and
I'm sending out offers, 15% off on all my 11 eBay listings that
that you
people are
just
watching.
listed.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
about
here's
churning
one.
and burning.
Look at this one.
Fast
Here,
nickel
I'll
over
give you.
slow dime.
Let's go old school here. Sony SLV Movie Time VCR. With
What about
remote.
it?
How much does it sell for?
How much does it sell for?
Oh.
Did you sell it?
A movie
Did you
time
get
one?
You got the Commonwealth tax?
Let's say $27.
Movie time. Say it again. What's it called? A movie time what?
Sony SLV KS1 Movie Time Kids VCR.
Oh, it's a kids
tested
VCR?
with remote.
Yeah.
Yeah, tested with
I'm
remote.
gonna go $50.
So is it a toy, Kevin?
No,
Oh,
I mean
okay.
no. It's for,
Toys
it's
weren't
for-
that
it's
bad, man. Back in the
white with
90s,
a
that we had to have
blue
toy
front.
VCRs.
$100.
Little blue remote.
$50.
$100.
$50 max.
plus ship.
135 was my second guess.
I googled it.
Yeah, I got
That's
that. I bought that
$100.
off of Dibdit.
I've never seen
Somebody
this
was
in my entire
auctioning it
life.
off on Dibdit. I'm sitting. You know how you're in the back room and watching
Yeah.
stuff, make sure stuff's not going crazy, like if Death
Yeah.
Pile's on there or something.
What'd you pay
so
for it?
I'm watching it. I don't remember. I think it was around high $50s, $60, something like that.
Okay.
Well, I'm watching the show. I'm like, oh, sweet. I'm going to go over there and get this for like $20. Because there's like 20 people in the show, VCRs selling live. I'm like, this can't. So I go over there real quick to get in the show and start bidding. And I don't know who's bidding. It kept going up and up. I'm like, I am not paying more than $50 for this. And I did. I think I paid a little bit more than $50.
And you sold it for 100?
135. 135.
This is why you got to stop talking about everything you're reselling. You're
bad.
ruining the markets.
Yeah.
I've never even seen it before. I just looked it up. It's interesting.
I never bought
looking.
one before. It had a remote. That was the kicker.
Yeah.
VCR. Is that like
Caboodles.
YouTube?
Travel
Well,
makeup.
so tomorrow
doctor.
I start like hardcore Dibdit selling. I've got a bunch
Good,
of auctions I'm
'cause-
going to do this coming week. So
Cool.
that should be fun.
gonna be a big
And then
week over there.
maybe I'll even source. I should try to source maybe. Carrie, you went to the card show, but then you did a Facebook post today where you said you found a $40 card in a bargain box today. Where did
was
you go
yesterday.
sourcing?
That was
So you
yesterday.
lied. Yeah, I just want to say you lied.
Oh, did I
You
put
posted it
today?
today? You posted it today, and you
I
said
meant
you
that-
found it today. So you
Look,
lied.
today, in the general sense of time, like if every day is a million years, then I'm still within the same day.
Carrie has a weird moral code that
I didn't know that I said today. I was just in the group. I was hardly awake. It was like 4
He's
p.m.
gonna go change it, Dave.
4
He will
p.m.,
go
4
change
p.m.
that post right now.
he's already
Yesterday.
changing it.
He's gonna
Yeah,
change
yes,
it.
no,
He's
be
changing it
honest,
right
Carrie.
now.
It was
Yesterday.
an honest mistake. I'm gonna leave it. Maybe. I
Oh
might change
wow,
it.
you should change it. It's very rude that you would lie to your viewers.
I did that today.
Look, did it inspire you?
It did. I
took-
was inspired.
You know
yeah.
what it is? I think I did it as maybe it was a post that I scheduled, and it was the day when I wrote. it. I
Probably
don't
not.
know.
I think you're lying again.
Well, you should.
I
you
think
should
I am.
schedule things like that. You should know when you're gonna schedule it. and
Look,
tell
time
the
is
truth.
relative, dude.
It is very true. Very
Okay,
true.
man. Space.
I took a
molecules.
screenshot. Once a week on Sundays, I post this thing on Facebook. I'm like, show me your last eBay sale. And I love going through it because everybody goes and puts their pictures of their last eBay sale. And I'm like learning stuff. Anyway,
He doesn't love it. He
I
just wants you to engage so he can earn more
screenshot
money.
it.
Yeah, so let's exactly.
you should
He
look
loves
through
how
them.
much
You'd be like,
engagements he's
"Sweet."
getting because
how
then he
much
can send
cash
us.
he's earning.
Look, I made $120 on a Facebook post. That's what he wants. That's what he wants, Pete.
Teddy, so I screenshotted a Teddy Ruxpin that I did, and
Yeah, I
then-
hated that
But then
picture.
I
I saw
didn't
it.
post it
That was-
till
that
later
was-
in the day, and it wasn't my last sale. But my last sale was a little boring. It was some Levi's, so I'm like, well, it was
yeah.
my last sale when I screenshotted it. So
Sit on a throne.
Was it the
of
talking
lies.
Teddy Ruxpin with the tape deck?
They're all
Yes.
talking. It's a Teddy Ruxpin. What are you talking about?
No, they
all
make
talk.
normal plush ones. They make normal
They
plush
do?
ones. I sold
Well,
one
all
last
of
week,
mine
yeah.
talk.
Well,
Explain
that's
that.
because they're haunted.
oh, is it
Yeah,
talk?
no, I sold
Allegedly.
one last week. Yeah. So what did you get for it? Was it working? 40 bucks.
$44.96. Yeah,
$44.96. What I was gonna say.
And I sold a different sale, but I also sold 3 Teddy Ruxpin books with cassette tapes.
Oh my gosh, that's really exciting.
This is
Uh,
pretty good stuff.
So
hate
what would
both.
you say is like the top 3 kitchen knife brands that are Bolos, Kevin?
Cutco.
Top 3, ooh, Cutco, obviously, but I wouldn't. I'd be hard pressed to give you the names. of the
Sling
other ones.
blade.
Swing Blade?
Sling blade.
Isn't that from? Okay, so I
I
asked.
don't know. I don't know. I, can't
I was
think of
thinking
one.
that you know how like everyone makes the video
There's
like the
Henkel,
best teapots. that-
J.H. Henkel or J.
Oh yeah,
something
Henkel. Yeah, Henkel's one. Yeah,
J.
that's a
That
good
was-
one.
But that's not
He
amazing.
was the
There's
bad
gotta be
guy
better
in one
ones
of
than
those
that.
Dickens books I was reading.
Well, I was thinking about it, like, because Kat does, like, the teapots, the best teapots, and I was like, knives, like, kitchen knives would be a good one, because you always run
you should
into,
do
like,
best
100
knives
kitchen
that-
My idea.
The most expensive knives, and then you should just be like a cool knife guy on the cover.
Oh. Well, no, I don't
have
actually
AI
want
make
to
you
do
look
it.
cool.
I was just thinking it would be a good idea for someone to do, is what I was saying.
What
Because I
about
was
just knives
curious.
in general and not do the cutlery?
That's different. Yeah, no, that's different. But there is also, like, a lot of content around that already, like great knives. Like,
What
there's
is it?
knife content creators. Very few kitchen knife content
I
creators
sold
or
a knife.
pieces of
I sold
content.
a Schrade
I
knife.
nominate Redneck
Straight's
Picker
not
to
bad.
do it. I have not seen a video from him in 11 years, so I'd like.
Can
him to
I
do
tell
it.
you what ChatGPT said they were?
10 years.
I don't want to leave let's not leave the audience hanging. The ChatGPT said the 3 top kitchen knife brands are Shun, Shun, okay, and then Wusthof, Wusthof from Germany.
It's German
and then
for knife,
and then
I assume.
Cutco, and then Cutco.
Cutco is
So the
What's the
Wusthof
German one?
and
I
Shun,
gotta look out.
Wusthof, Wusthof.
Wusthof.
Wusthof. So yeah, there you go, guys. There's your knife bolos when you're out shopping and
bolos.
looking through.
Look at that,
kitchen
guys.
drawers.
Somebody timestamp that below. That was your learning moment. Let's talk
Tell
about
AI, we gave information that was important, and it can clip
About
that.
reselling.
Clip it, AI.
Carrie, you should go back to VCRs. I sold another
Dude,
one.
all I
for
did with
$60.
VCRs was just stack them, man. I hate it.
I know.
I hate
You
those
should have
things.
just put them in a trailer. And
I
brought
know.
'em
You know what the
over.
problem with
I love
VCRs are,
doing
Kevin? It's a
VCRs.
really good way to get cockroaches because they can like hide up
true.
in those suckers, and then you bring them into your house and they crawl out, and then they
Don't bring
eat
'em
your
into your house. Bring 'em
underpants.
into your shed.
Someone ate my
I've never
underpants.
seen a cockroach around here. I don't know if they don't like
Really?
this neck of the woods. Like I've never.
They
even
love
seen
Florida, Kevin. They're big into Florida. It's one of our local bugs.
One. It's a state bug.
Speaking of local bugs, update on my pops. He's doing a lot better.
Yes.
He's he actually went out to my cousin's house and went out to my sister's house. I think he's like actually going out and doing things. He's leaving the
Really?
house. Yeah, he's leaving
good.
the house. I mean,
How
he does.
soon till he's
he
coming
looks,
back? Do you think? 'Cause
he
wants
looks
to probably be working
scary.
again.
He looks a little scary, but
You should wear like a covering, bead
yeah,
it or
like
something.
yeah. But they're saying he's gonna have his face will look completely normal again. But he's feeling a lot better. He's still in some pain, a lot of pain, but he's off a lot of the medicines and stuff. So, anyways, he's recovering. Is
That
the
is
point?
awesome. That's
good.
He's
For
recovering,
him,
so.
that's got to be amazing to get out.
Yeah, it's tough. He likes to work with his hands, and his hands are like the worst of it, right? So they're still very wrapped up and stuff like that. So, but at least he can kind of sleep.
I can tell you that
he did
Uncle.
say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think it's interesting. He said that it's crazy the level of like PTSD you get from that sort of thing. Like just the thought of fire will make him flinch. So, probably some viewers have had that sort of experience. So I thought that was really interesting. And he said he's like. He finds himself having like night terrors and stuff about fire, which is wild to think about, but it makes sense. Friggin' fire almost killed you. So
Yeah.
I tried
Anyways.
to fix my lawnmower one time about 15 years ago and just melted my fingers on the carburetor, and I don't want to fix the lawnmower anymore.
yeah,
I never
well, it's a
wanted to fix it to begin
demotivator.
with.
It's a demotivator
I don't
setting
wanna
yourself on
touch it.
fire.
Uncle Steve Picker does not watch this podcast anymore. I have
Oh
no
my
doubt,
gosh, I
because did you
saw
see
him.
that?
Yes,
Like what in
Uncle
the world?
Steve lit himself
You
on
didn't listen.
fire.
You didn't listen.
What was that? How did it happen though? I didn't know what happened. Tina just showed me the picture.
I don't know. I just saw the picture too. I talked to him today and forgot to ask him. That's how good an nephew.
Oh my gosh, can I call him now? How late's he stay up?
Oh, he's
I'm sure you
asleep,
can call him
dude.
now. Oh no, he
10:30.
no. The Angels bar on the West Coast, dude. If they're playing,
that's true.
they lost today already. But yeah, he
Well,
stays
it's the
up
Angels.
late.
What do you expect?
Yeah, give Uncle Steve Picker a call.
Let's give him a call and let's see if
He'll
we can.
pick up for you.
Mike tries to do it, and then you can't hear a word I'm saying on the phone call.
What are you doing up this late?
Uncle Steve, I'm recording a podcast and you're being recorded. I have to
What's
legally
going on?
tell you that, okay?
Yes.
What happened, bro? You lit yourself on fire?
Oh yeah,
What happened?
I was lighting the grill
Uh-huh.
and the clicker didn't work, so I had to use a lighter, and it wouldn't light on top, so I had to lift up the grill and go down beneath, and I knew it had been,
So
30
you let
seconds.
the air fill up with gas first before you lit it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Have you
And
not
so I
been
kinda-
watching my content and
Yes,
what happened to
I've
my
been
dad?
watching. Yes, I watched, and that was one of the things I thought of. And yeah, it got all the hair on my arms, and it's all stubble now. But it was very minor. So
All
thankfully.
right. Well, feel better, Uncle Steve. I just
Feel
we
better,
had to
buddy.
talk about it. Well, Carrie and Kevin
No
say
problem.
feel better. Bye, Steve.
Well, thank you. Bye.
I like it. Let's become a fire safety podcast. That kind of be
Yeah.
fun.
I
I think
feel
we've
like
done enough
that's-
reselling.
I feel like the
do you remember
universe
in
is
Living-
telling us something.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jim Carrey on In Living Color?
Yeah,
No.
Fire
Do you
Marshal
Do you remember
Bill
that?
or whatever.
Fire Marshal Bill?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
Dave,
classic.
you don't remember that?
I would have to
Oh.
watch it to remember it.
You
I
didn't
can't
watch it?
Are you
remember
living
something I've
there?
never
You guys
seen.
are-
Are you living?
One is in Living
In
Color.
Living Color.
Is that a sitcom?
No,
You don't know what In Living Color is?
I do not know what. Yes, I don't know.
It's
what
you
like
wouldn't have been allowed to
SNL.
watch that.
It
back
says
in
it's
the
a
day, yeah.
musical. It's a
You
musical.
don't know
from
Homie Don't Play
1990.
That? You don't know Homie Don't Play
I
That?
don't know that. No. David
Yeah.
Allen Greer,
Yeah.
Jim
David
Carrey,
Allen Greer.
Damon Wayans,
all
and
of the
Keenen
Wayans,
Ivory
every
Wayans.
one of them.
and Kim Wayans. There's a lot of Wayans.
Jim Carrey.
J Lo, Paul Abdul.
Sean
Yeah, J-Lo
Wayans,
was a
Marlon
fly
Wayans.
girl, man.
Okay, 1990. I mean, I was like, you know,
Oh, I
6.
know
I was
what
6 years
You
old.
were. It was on till like reruns forever, dude.
I only watched Nickelodeon. Was
You
it
were
on
like a
Nickelodeon?
nerd, man.
I was a Nick kid. I
I
was
had-
watching the Amanda
I was.
show.
I was watching it. I had my overalls on backwards because that's how you did it.
Okay. Wait, why?
I had steps in my hair. I know. I was fly. Dude. I'm from California. I don't mess around.
Steps in your hair.
Maybe it's a California
I did
thing.
many
Okay,
times.
can I read this question over on Patreon from Biggs Collectibles? He said, "How many motivations are owed to the wealthy as a Kevin member? Seems like a hole that keeps getting bigger and bigger." And I needed to correct Biggs because you don't get a motivation at that level. You need to be the get motivated by Carrie level, which is the $33 level. And so if you're sitting at the $25 level wondering, where's my motivation, just give more money and get more motivated. Carrie, there's motivations at the end of this video, and I'm telling you, Carrie phoned him in big time. Like, a zero effort on these suckers. They're like 20 seconds, and he says, get motivated.
So
Dude,
they're on the
you
end of
didn't
this
even
video?
like. You didn't even like my Paul's merch one.
Paul's
That
merch
from the
was good. I've
future.
got to cut out the end where it wasn't cool, but the beginning was
No,
really
I
cool.
liked the end where it was weird. That was art, dude. You taking away my art. Oh, where I tried.
Where you
okay, I see what you're saying.
backtracked on the whole video?
I was trying to actually motivate him at the end.
No,
'Cause I don't know if the rest
Paul's
was
merch,
motivating.
no. We don't even motivate Paul's merch anymore. We just his dystopian future is the motivation. Like, this is where you're headed, Paul, and you're doing it. It's gonna be all in the name of Paul, and I think it's beautiful.
I do.
No,
think
I mean,
Paul's
you
gonna
didn't even
rule
say
everything.
Mike's name right. Was that on purpose?
I don't know, dude. I was probably drunk.
He called him Mike Campanelli. Who the heck is
Mike
Mike
Campanelli.
It's not his
Yeah,
name.
that's Mike Campanelli's brother, Mike Campanelli.
I can't tell. Like, when I'm watching, I can't tell if it's like ultra low effort or if it's part of the gag.
I
Like,
think it was ultra. Well, no, look. What seems like ultra
Campanelli.
low effort to you could have been ultra high effort for me.
Yeah, maybe. It's
Low.
so
I wasn't
meta.
feeling
I didn't even
creative,
understand
man.
it.
Yeah, no, maybe it was. Yeah, everything I do that's low effort is meta. That's what we should say.
Okay, there we go.
Secondhand
what do you want to
solo.
say, Kevin? Go say
Speaking
your
of
thing.
Carrie, secondhand solo. I'm just reading them in order today. Here, Carrie's one-liners that go unnoticed are priceless. I find myself rolling as I watch him barely crack a smile. Even that. Jack's treasures. Jack's treasures. This is an interesting one.
Deadpan for life.
I've really embraced the yard sale as part of our business plan this year. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to start yard selling. No,
Yeah.
he's having
Selling
them.
at the yard
he's
sale,
having them. We've had 2 so far this year, and about to do another in 2 weeks. We are really blessed to have another reseller friend, a warehouse, blah blah blah. Anyway, so that's interesting. I haven't
Do you
had a
think
yard
there's a
sale
play for that,
in-
though, Kevin? Like, you're tricking so
15
many
years.
people into thinking reselling is profitable. They'll come to your sale and they'll think they're going to make a profit, and you can overcharge them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the plan, Kevin?
That's Kevin's strategy.
don't
He's
have
been working
yard
on it for
sales.
6 years.
No,
7
he's
years?
building up to it. It's
He's
gonna
building
it's-
up to it. When you have
not-
Kevin, yeah, what?
What? I'm not
Nothing.
doing yard sales. I'm not
I did a
doing
yard sale. It was not profitable, but that's because I chose to sell everything for like next.
that. Yeah,
to
the
nothing.
records you couldn't give them away, and then you sold them on dividend for good money.
Yeah, no, it happened with a lot of that stuff that I couldn't sell at the yard sale, and then I sell it for great money at the auction. So I think it's just one of those things that there is some sort of like blindness at yard sales because of the quantity of stuff. There's
It's-
so
well,
many items; it's so easy to look over stuff.
So I got absolutely shredded on a Facebook post because this lady, it was from the 127, the last time. Yeah, Carrie, you were in one of them actually, Carrie, not this one. and they wanted $5 for this little snap camera thing. It's worth like 20. And so I'm like, I'd give you $3 for it. And she's like, no, $5. Go put it back if you don't want it, or something like that. I mean, she was really
Sassy.
short. And so I'm like, this was kind of rude.
You still were going to
Like-
make money on
like-
it. Did you get it?
I was gonna, yeah, but that's what I was saying. I had so many people. You're so greedy. $5 into 20. Doing whatever. I'm like, y'all. There's miles. This is highways. There's so much stuff. My car's full. I'm like, I don't have to
There's
get
time,
it. Just
fees,
leave it there.
AI
But I wasn't
listing
rude
fees.
about it. She
There's
was.
all sorts of stuff you got to pay for. Allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are like, hey, you should have, 4 times your money. I'm like, well, you got no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I guess I was more just talking about like the fact that you literally won't see stuff at all. Like you'll just completely miss an item that's there. That's good.
Well, that's my
Think of
whole
the
MO.
break.
Like
I miss
yeah,
everything.
And that's stuff
Yeah.
I look for.
That's a bummer.
Oh, that exact same video, or the second one right after it, Dave, there was a knife on the table. I ended up with like gold.
really?
And people are just laughing at me and yelling at me for not picking up this knife, this particular knife that
Was
I
it a
never heard of.
Benchmade or something?
No, it wasn't. They gave the name. I'm not going to look it
Spyder
up. but I'm
Co?
Like, you just don't know. It
Pioneer
was just
Woman?
it was a what do you call them? What kind of knives are
Fillet?
straight that don't bend? No.
Fixed
It was
blade.
like a hunting knife. Fixed
Fixed
blade.
blade, yeah.
Fixed blade.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a fixed blade knife. I think it was, anyways. And I'm like,
Yeah.
people don't realize, you just don't know everything. Like, I'll watch a video with somebody else, I'm like, you should have picked that. But I'm not going to go onto their video and tell them they should have picked that. I mean,
But it's
'cause
not
I
even-
think anybody
it's-
who does videos are going to.
it's weirder
I like
than
them
that.
doing that because now I know what to look out for.
It's weirder than that because sometimes you will look at an item and not see that item. You know
all.
it's a valuable item. Like I just edited footage of me carrying Dawn at a sale. They walked the whole sale. I walked up behind them. There was a pair of brand new Mickey Mouse ears on the table. Dawn and Carrie both looked at that table. I have footage of them looking at the table and past it. Dawn definitely would have bought these Mickey Mouse ears. And she walked by and I go grab them and she's like, I didn't even see those. But I do it all the time too. Like I watch my footage and I'm like, did I not even see that? How did I not see that $40 item? I just completely missed it. It's
I
very
have
weird.
an old one that has a swung vase. It wasn't right where I was looking, but you could see it on the table. And it was cheap stuff. It wasn't like a flea market. They weren't overcharging. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's sitting right there. It's a $100 vase. I didn't even
But this
see
is
it.
why, and we got to go back to it. The AI future is a little scary because I've done things where I've taken a picture of something and asked ChatGPT, like, "Hey, is this worth something?" And it'll point out the thing behind it that I didn't even see, and say, "Oh, that thing behind it is actually this, and it's worth this." So, like, when we do get to the point where we've got AR goggles, like AR glasses, not VR, AR, augmented reality, that is doing an overlay. And you can actually program it. And this is probably 5 years down the road,
Yeah,
but it's
like
going to
you could-
happen.
You could pick.
You
It could
literally
tell you
get to
like
the
what
sale.
to buy. You could have Blippy on in the corner the whole
Bro,
time, so you're entertained.
We will be able to go to a sale, and the first one there will matter so much more. Because they will know the value of everything at sale.
Yeah,
Because they'll be the
well,
ones that
Can't see
have the
under
glasses.
tables and inside of boxes and pull through clothing.
No, yeah, you'll have to
go
do some
through
of that.
hard boxes.
Yeah, but and so okay, so the question would be like, would someone even put the stuff out for sale? I think that's
Yes.
10 years where the seller finally also has the goggles and programs them in this way, because I think we're going to be ahead of the game. We're going to have
sure.
this before anyone else, especially people that watch Trash
or
to
we're
Cash
going to be using
and join
it
our Patreon
this way before.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Listen, Tekken's going to make all this money for his AI listing thing. I think we need to be the ones that come up with this AR augmented reality find the item app. Guys, comment to me if you're like a massive professional programmer.
We could put
and we'll make this
bloatware
thing
in it
happen.
too. We could put like little poo games in it too, like stuff that's trash to cash worthy. Like along with it, it could be entertaining for people as
I
well.
have an Emmy award for UI
does.
design. I literally
It's right
do.
above his sink.
I'm not
in the
useless.
garage.
I don't know how to do the coding, but I have value, guys. I talk to the customers so the engineers don't have to.
The
I'm like
value is
Milton.
in social media.
And we have the social
Somebody's
media
gotta
to
push it.
promote it. So whoever can make this app, we're going to be partnering with you.
But
You
here's the
invest.
thing, and I truly believe this: there will be people that the prices may go up because they may know the value of stuff, but there will be people who will still not. They will still just want to sell it or sell it in bundles. It'll. That's not going to go away. There's not going to. You're not going to
don't-
find somebody making $500,000 a year who's going to want to sell stuff for $150 on eBay. They're not
Well,
going
I
to
think
It's
do
gonna
it.
be a while There's gonna be a while before like regular people are gonna have robots doing all the work, right? It's gonna be a while. So it's just gonna be. It's gonna be a while.
The amount of $5,000 to $5,000 flips will go way down, or $500 to $500 flips even. I think the 5 to 20s aren't going anywhere. The 5 to 30s aren't really going to decrease at all. It's those massive $100, $200 items. That's where you're going to start seeing a difference of your price.
Jewelry.
Yeah.
AI,
Well,
AI
yeah,
gold.
it could. Yeah, it could. That can happen. So,
Do you feel it?
editing another sale, Carrie, you were with me. And so you probably remember this. We go to this sale, and I'm trying to buy these anime DVDs, and the lady makes me comp them. She literally says,
yeah.
"I don't want to."
Made
Yeah, she
you?
said. Yeah,
She
she said.
forced you to?
She said, "What's it worth?" And I said, "I don't know." She's like, "Well, look
Oh,
it up." I
dude.
don't know how to look it up. And I said, "Well, okay." And she's like, "I'm not going to charge you what it's worth, but I need to know. I don't want to sell you $100 item for $5." She said. I said, "Well, that's what I want to buy." So I don't think we're going to come to an agreement
We're at
here.
an impasse.
We're at an impasse, ma'am. And so I look up this DVD set, and it sells for like $50 to $60. And she's like, "Well, I'll give it to you for," I think she said 25. And I said, "No, I'm trying to make a profit on it. There's a lot that goes into it. Like, I'd probably be at 15. And she's like, "Do 20." And I was like, "All right, fine." And so I bought it for 20. I did sell it. I think I got 60 for it. And so it wasn't a terrible flip. But then, like, I asked her about another thing. She's like, "Well, I don't know. You got to tell me what it's worth first." And I'm just like, and so, like, I left in the footage. I get back into the car with Carrie. I'm like, "I don't want to do business like that." He's like, "Yeah, that sucks." Yeah, so it's
I
like,
don't.
yeah, we're good.
What's the line they say? I've never used it, but I don't want to be both the buyer and the seller.
Yeah, exactly. And so she literally had me teach her, and I left it in because I thought it might be useful for viewers. Teach her how to comp. I showed her how to download the eBay app, how to do the scan, how to find the solds, and so I quit. And she did like lay it on pretty thick about her kids. She's like, and I left that in too. Her kids might be mad, but she's like, "Thank you so much. My kids don't have time for me, even though they live close."
Wow.
Like, I'm gonna leave this in. What's Kevin doing?
My computer says the battery's dying.
That happens if you don't plug it in.
Yeah, plug it in, dude.
It was plugged in.
Kevin
Where
has
do you
had
even
a lot
find a
of
plug
technical
for his
difficulties
computer? They haven't even produced them in 20 years.
Dude, it's harder than you
Kevin,
think.
Kevin uses the computer from the Twilight Zone episode you watched, Carrie.
I
The
think
one
I
in the
had a
compu-
better
in the cave?
computer. Actually, I guarantee I had a better computer in college than he has right now. And I was
Yeah.
in
I
have
college a
two
long
of
time
them.
ago.
They're
I got
identical.
3 degrees at that college, by the way, guys. I don't know if you knew that.
I did. So on 4th of July, I forced Carrie to watch 2 episodes of Twilight Zone. What'd you think,
I love it.
Carrie?
I like
Greatest
it.
show
I
in the
like
world.
Twilight Zone. I want to watch more Twilight Zone with you.
You've never
Dawn
watched
does not.
Twilight?
Dawn does not like any. Even though she should fit in with those people, she speaks exactly
Yeah,
like
she
'em,
speaks their talk.
saying, "Oh, look at all this dough," and
Yeah.
"Oh man."
She literally said,
Oh,
there
man,
could
the
be a lot of
communist- no,
dough
she
in
doesn't say
here."
that.
She said there could be a lot of
That
dough in
didn't seem
here.
odd to me.
Dough?
Dough doesn't seem. Yeah, that's worth
It
a lot of
doesn't.
dough.
It's just the
That
way
didn't
she
seem,
said
like,
it.
ridiculous
She
to
said it
me.
like I can't not think of Dawn as like a Dick Tracy character at this point.
What's the girl from Dick Tracy's name? The one with the yellow coat. or whatever.
Breathless Mahoney.
Yeah,
Breathless Mahoney, yeah. I love
Arbitrage,
Vintage.
Lady
NYC asked us a question over on our Patreon. Guys, make sure you subscribe over there for all the fun. Me and Carrie have a very exciting secret episode series coming up. Carrie, we got to pick a time this week to do our first one.
Let's do it. It's
No,
gonna be
no
pretty exciting.
spoilers, but
No
it's going to be
spoilers.
really good. Make sure you're on the Patreon so you see that. But she said,
Can
an
I
eBay
give one
seller-
clue?
Sure.
Can I give one clue?
I already said sure.
How close can it be to what it is?
Not very. Make it not even adjacent. Make it completely
I'll say, how
confusing.
about this? This is, but there's something there. It's El Pollo
Atreyu.
Loco.
Atreyu.
El Pollo Loco. That's Spanish.
Falcor.
That's Spanish
Falcor.
for.
I'm
That's
just saying
Spanish for
stuff
one
from
time.
Neverending
El
Story.
Pollo, yeah, El Pollo Loco is Spanish for one time I ate it and I got pretty bad, like sick. It was not fully cooked that one
Pollo.
time.
Wait, is that a real
Awesome.
place,
It's
or is
usually
it just
good.
in Breaking
El
Bad?
Pollo Loco
it's
is
one of
great.
my
Every time
favorite.
I've ate it, it's good. But one time it wasn't, and I went back
Yeah,
afterwards,
with
but it
the
took
blue
a
lime
while.
mind.
And the beans, the
Dude, we
tortillas are
need
so
some of
good.
those on the East Coast, by the way.
So I have a
That's like
question
my-
then.
Pollo Loco.
I have a question. This brings up a follow-up question. That was the restaurant in Breaking Bad that the bad guy owned.
Los Pollos Hermanos. This is El Pollo Loco. One is
it's
the
different,
brother,
okay.
the chicken brothers, and the other is the
Crazy
crazy chicken.
Oh, okay, I was wrong. Anyways, I love Vintage NYC. Said, as the eBay reseller, what type of products do you loathe to sell and why? Carrie, you go first.
I loathe to sell Avon. Go next.
Okay, Kevin, your turn.
Shoes. I bought so many shoes this weekend I couldn't pass them up. They were too good. Shoes. I hate.
I loathe
Least
to
favorite.
sell Avon. Wait, is that one taken?
No. You should.
Grateful
you should,
Dead
you should
Beanie
do
Babies.
You should do. You should do like Jim Beam bottles.
Gin bean bottles. No,
But what do you hate to sell? Not what doesn't sell or whatever. What do you
clothes.
hate to sell?
I hate to sell clothes. Scarves. Hey,
All
how about
clothes.
scarves? Scarves are a nightmare. I don't want to sell scarves. I've
They're
got
easy
one
to
that
ship, though, dude.
ChatGPT
You
tells
put them in
me
a
is worth
poly
40
mailer,
bucks.
So easy.
put some
How do you
bubble
take
wrap
a
around them,
picture?
then put
It's
it
so
inside a
big.
box, and you're good to go.
So
I'm gonna have my
big.
feet in the picture.
You
It's this
tie
huge
this-
scarf.
That's
Put-
why you
get
hate
it-
mirrors,
get around
right?
them
Because you
foam
have to
pads
you
and
got to
put
get
it
dressed to
around
take
there,
pictures
tie
of
it
them.
off, and then like flare out the edges.
I want to sell it on like Dibdit or something this week. It's like ChatGPT says like a $50 scarf, Kevin, but it's going on Dibbers.
There
Okay,
you
so
go.
scarves, clothing is my answer, and I have a lot of clothes, so I need to do a Threads auction this week.
could do
I love
one with
vintage.
you.
Also said, yeah, we could do that. That'd be kind of fun. You could bring
or
it down
adjacent
a
to
little
you.
bit. Yeah, you could raid into me.
I'm
or
gonna do a
vice versa. I
card
could raid into
show.
you.
Jess is back. My daughter started.
do you
I started paying my daughter. She shipped the Christmas show today. Her and my
Okay.
wife, but she did it, and so she's inching closer to the point where she can, like, run a show with me and ship
Wow.
the show. And I'm
How
paying
old
her
is she
less
now?
than Jess. So Jess is still doing.
15?
I'm not.
Is she 15 or 16?
She's 15. She's 15.
Okay. Yeah.
See, that's the beauty, Dave, of not giving your kids money. You just don't give them money, and then when they get old enough,
Well,
they
no, I
realize-
mean,
Haven't they
listen,
been
hold on,
getting
hold
a
on, hold
dollar
on.
for everything
yeah, but
forever
that's
now?
giving
Where
them.
is
They
that?
should have-
She made
they should
$49
have
this
millions.
week on those shows.
They should be millionaires by now with the amount of
Are
enemies
you
this dude
are you
sold.
Gary Colemaning this where like they don't actually ever see that money? Like
No,
Gary
it's in
Coleman's
the
parents?
house. Show you what
He's
I'll-
Britney
no.
Spears' dad.
My
right
daughter
here.
has $1 to save, dollar and $1 to donate, and so she's up to $149.
Webster's dad didn't do that, but Gary
Or,
Coleman's
excuse
dad
me,
did that.
$1,049.
Donations
is what
only
she has
applicable to
for her
Commonwealth
save.
Picker LLC.
What?
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 Okay, so I said she has to donate it back to Commonwealth Picker, is what I said.
No, she gets forget it.
Listen,
Now
I
she's
had
past that
Callie-
anyways, except
so
for with the.
I had Callie work for me
Commonwealth
for
Picker.
2 hours today, and I have been slowly like easing her into shipping card shows because it's
See?
like
That's what I
so
wanna do,
easy.
card shows
It's so
with her.
easy, card shows. And so like today, I was listing and stuff, and while I'm listing, she's to the point where she's like stacking it by buyer, like all the hot dukes in one pile or whoever else bought.
That's what
And
she's
then
doing for
that
me.
was what she did like a week ago, and then I had her do that. I'm like, all right, now you know how to tighten up the bag. So she's like tighten up the team bag, and then she's taking the sticker with the name off, putting it onto a poly mailer, and then she's actually taking the cardboard, taping it on, putting it into the poly mailer, or not the poly mailer, the bubble mailer, putting that blue name sticker on it and sealing it up and literally completely packing it out to the point where I only had to pack 3 of my card orders, and then the rest she did, and then I did bulk shipping. For me, the time save was like probably an hour and 30 minutes on my card show with Callie doing it, and I pay her probably too much, but whatever.
Well, I want to know.
I pay her $15 an hour.
Oh my gosh,
What do you pay?
that's more than I pay Reagan. I
I'm gonna tell
guarantee.
Reagan.
I love you, Callie, but I guarantee you, Reagan is more productive at this point. Maybe
Probably.
she's not. Maybe
I don't
she's
know.
not.
Well,
I
dude,
think
but
Callie
we took Callie to this card show, Kevin, and she ran out
Oh
of
my
money
gosh.
10 minutes in, and she was still going 3 hours later.
I have
upgrading
never
via trade.
I have never seen a
Wow.
person that is more unnatural at like
crazy.
card stuff than Callie. She was
How
like,
old
we
is
were done.
Callie?
I was done, and
She's
Callie was still
11.
making deals.
$15, man. Don't. I hope Reagan don't
11,
hear this. I told Reagan when
Well, she was trading. She wasn't even using money. She was just like
Yeah.
getting slabs and everything. I'm like, I can't even afford that stuff. Made me feel bad.
PSA 10 gem mints. I'm like, where'd you get that? She's like, that? And she's like, pulls out toys and cash. I'm like, you had no cash an hour ago. She's like, well,
they
you had to
threw
give
in
me
cash
cash.
to get it.
I told
all right.
Reagan. I told her that I would pay her $15 an hour when she completely could do everything on her own. And this was it wasn't packing up cards. This was packing up glass and stuff
Yeah.
that we did in the Christmas show and ornaments and.
I don't
wrapping
want
them.
Callie doing that.
Right, but Reagan's 15. She can get. She's getting closer. I said, I'm giving her $11 an hour now because I'm.
Do you deduct the
training her and
$11
working
from
her,
the
too.
rent and the room and board that you charge?
No, I don't
Yeah,
charge.
she ends up
rent to
making a
my
couple
kids.
dollars a month.
And so at 15, once she gets where she can, it's like I run the show and that's all I have to do.
Do you guys
You know
at
what's
least
funny,
have?
Kevin?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carrie.
You
Do you
can
guys
write
at
off
least
that.
in the cabin, like for everybody working there, have like 2-ply or something that's reasonable?
No,
Now
she
they got
gets to
that
use the
that
house
brush I
bathroom
sent you the
upstairs.
video of.
What is that?
And the
dude?
knife, the poo knife, and the brush.
Poo knife. Look up
Dave's
poo knife on
algorithm
TikTok.
It's
Oh, man.
outrageous. What did Mike say about your algorithm? It's like, what?
You should be ashamed
sad.
of it or something. Yeah.
Speaking of Mike, he says, I don't want my comment to get lost in the Kevin is mean and has an ego thread. But one time at band camp, I found a never-ending story poster, and Kevin stole it from me.
I remember that. I was there. I was there
I
when
did not
he did that.
steal it.
Yes,
He
you
would
did.
only
Mike
sell
said he
it to
wanted
me.
it, and you were like, "No, Mike, you have less
I-
viewers than me."
I found
So
it
I get to
first.
buy
I
it.
don't care what he says. I'm going to have to get that video out. But whatever.
Okay, what I was gonna say with the
knows.
$15 an hour, Kevin. The crazy thing is, I offered that to both my other kids, and I can't get them to do 5 minutes of work for me. So
It's because you're giving them too much.
I don't
You're
give my
paying
kids
for
any
too
money.
much.
I don't give
you
those
pay
two any
for
money.
Their
They-
phones, you pay for their insurance, you pay for all that.
I pay for their insurance, like their health insurance.
No, I don't know. Car insurance.
Elijah
I don't
just
know. I'm
gave
just
me a
making
check for
stuff
his
up.
insurance.
Oh, well,
today.
good for
He
you.
literally
Well, then
gave me a
forget
check.
it.
I
I
haven't
take it all
cashed
the way
it. I
back.
probably should.
Well, you
Yeah,
could take
yeah, I
those
should
checks
cash
that they
that.
give you. and
Surprised
put
a
it into
16-year-old
separate-
knows how to do a check. I didn't even know those were things anymore.
Yeah, he did a check.
I
yeah.
figured he
Venmo
would have
you
like I don't know
money.
like
I wish he hadn't,
would've-
because like
Checks are underrated.
no. See, they're underrated.
I figured
for
he would have
me.
PayPal'd you via Venmo
But,
or something.
Yeah, if you give me a check, it's basically like never paying me back because I'm never ever doing anything. It's just gonna
That's
sit
not
in this
true.
drawer.
I used to send you checks.
That's the
and
thing, man.
Tina had to deal
that's
with
the
it.
hardest.
Tina had to deal with
That's
it.
the hardest. That's the hardest part about checks is the embarrassment you feel when you got to go cash them. You're like,
I
why am I
love a
here?
check. I love a check. I
love
sent
a
somebody a
check.
check the other day, a big check the other day.
Okay, I love Vintage NYC. If you lost power for a significant amount of time and had to toss the contents of your fridge and freezer, what would be the most difficult item to toss? Like, as in depressing, I guess.
What? Say it again? I wasn't listening.
She wants to know if you had to throw out everything in your fridge or freezer, what would make you the saddest?
If you had to throw out everything in the fridge and the freezer, what would make you the saddest?
You should go off what's in it today, not what's in it sometimes. Let's bring this to reality here.
Skim milk.
I don't have any milk right now.
I have
That's
fat-free milk. That was a bad choice. Why'd I do that?
good. So that wouldn't make
It's
you
disgusting.
sad, Carrie. So what item in your fridge would make you sad? It's probably
Dawn-
in your
well, Dawn-
freezer, if I know you.
Yeah. No, Don graded. Like we got on a health kick kind of. So I was like, what's better than like shredded cheese with all the chemicals and stuff in it? It's just freshly shredded cheese.
Yeah, and then you just do it yourselves.
So
Yeah,
I
that is
really
actually
like the
better.
freshly. Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
freshly grated cheese bag we have. The
What are you
bag of
doing?
cheese.
Cheddar?
Cheddar. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So if we had to
for
get rid of
me-
that, we wouldn't. Because if the power went out, I would have to eat that within the time it would be good.
you could
I'd
consume
be
it in
cheesing it
time.
up all day.
Okay, so I would say for me it would probably be the chicken breast fillets from Aldi's. If you guys haven't had those yet, you throw them in the air fryer for 14 minutes. They taste exactly like a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and they're delicious, and I love them with all my heart. So Kevin almost cooked. He was so close
I
to
was
cooking
going
on
out
4th
there
of
to
July.
cook, and then Callie wanted to do it. So what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, so I didn't
I
know he
wanted to actually
to.
cook.
I thought he'd be
I
scared
really
to do
wanted to.
it. Okay, can we just tell this story though? Because he looks at
No,
the
this is
burgers,
not. This is a
Kevin.
positive Carrie story. Let's
He
not
looks at the
spin this.
burgers. No, it's not. I'm not gonna spin it. He looks at the burger and he's like, "What is that?" Like he doesn't understand it because it's not like perfectly shaped.
I knew
burger
what it
patty.
was. I was
He's
no,
like,
no.
"What-
I was.
What is that? I was like, "That's just ground beef, Carrie. It's just ground beef. Just take the ground beef." He's like, "That's all you do?" I'm like, "That's literally it. You just squish the ground beef, put it on there." And so like he wants
No,
to
but
do
then
it next time. He wants
you
to do
had
it.
a salt shaker. I never even knew this was a thing where you press a button and it just releases salt. Like it's like some sort of salt genie. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought what you did is you get a salt thing that has
Yeah.
no way to get the salt out unless you take it off, right? Because
Yeah,
there's no way,
yeah.
like all the salt's caked
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
in there and you can't get any out. Then you dump the whole thing of salt on there. Then you worry about salt poisoning the rest of the evening. That's what
Salt.
usually happens with me. That's a real story, by the way.
I believe
But
it.
no, anyway, so the goal is next time Carrie comes over, we're gonna actually make burgers. And Carrie, what'd you think of just a burger that's just straight up ground beef with salt?
Dude,
How
it
did it
was
taste?
good. It was, dude.
good.
First off, you're cooking with Dave for a reason. You're a very good cook.
Yeah. Well, we also what
Well, I
else
mean,
did we
like,
have? We had something else.
was
We had hot
good.
dogs. Yeah, we had hot dogs. I was trying
I mean,
to
a
be
hot dog.
keto-friendly.
Even I couldn't, but I would have just
Mess
put the
that
hot
up,
dog
yeah,
in the
you're right.
microwave, though. I think.
Dave, did you
my
realize
friend
you
used to do that.
introduced yourself as NC Picker on last episode?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That was on purpose. That was a joke.
No.
I made a
Do you remember?
funny
You remember
Kevin.
that
I made it
thumbnail where
funny.
you were
Oh, I got an
throwing
eBay
NC Picker
notification.
in the garbage? I remember that thumbnail.
Oh, eBay notification is 40 new listings match the term fuggler. All right. That's not a sale. That's not a sale. That's a purchase coming up later tonight. Okay, Biggs Collectibles. Oh, we already read his. Okay, Phil said, when you sell cards, do you just put them in a penny sleeve for shipping, or is there a line where you say, okay, it's worth getting it into a nicer sleeve?
No, you put every card you sell in a top loader in a penny sleeve. Every card, yeah, 100%. But
No, wait,
Hold,
on a break.
Not on a
No.
break.
No. Sorry, you're right. Sorry, if you're doing an individual card, you always put it in a top
Yes.
loader. If you're doing a break, then you would get something like this, like a little bag. And then what I typically do is I'll put like 2 top loaded cards and then put everything in between it. Or you could just use cardboard and put them all in penny sleeves.
For
it's
a
a break.
break, if it's a
break.
hit, if it's numbered, if it's a rare
Yeah.
card, a signature,
Everybody-
anything like that, I
that's
put that in
one-
the top loader always.
That's why I don't like doing shipping videos historically, even when I shipped all the time, or like how to ship card videos, because everybody has a different way to do it, and everybody is very, very passionate about their way of doing it, and they
yeah.
think it's the only way. It's like politics. It's like you don't want to talk about it because everybody's gonna get upset.
Where's
I
the
have a-
sales set? Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
I have a PSA here for everybody that
PSA
followed
10?
the 52 reply chat in the last video.
Oh yeah, can you read it? Can you read
let's
the
talk
original
about
message?
that. I agree
No,
with
I don't
everything
wanna
that was
read
said about
that.
you, by the way. Everything.
No, I was going to talk about one particular. All right, I'll read it. I watch Carrie and Dave. If you guys get rid of Commonwealth, I will watch Trash to Cash podcast again. I used to watch Commonwealth back in the beginning, but he's just unwatchable now. His persona and ego are way too much.
Yeah, that's
was it.
true.
no
That's a good
lies were
message.
told.
Good comment.
But
I agree with it 100%.
That was
100%
Tennessee
agree.
Treasure Hunter. So I
Wise
personally,
words.
if you go back and watch my old videos, I basically haven't done anything different except for I will say this: in the last 6 months, I have given my opinion more than I've ever done that
Gotta
before. I
stop
think
that.
that's what leads to that. I mean, seriously. Okay. But me and Gen X Flipper, who also was coming after me quite heavy in here, we talk to each other on the phone, and we have reached a détente, and I just want everybody to know that. But me and
what was
Tennessee-
what was the détente?
Well,
Yo, it's the spot where you call, you claim. Dibdit.com is the name of the game. Got pop culture gems lined up in a row. Click that mouse, let your dibs overflow. Dibdit.com, yo, where the coolest vibes always flow. Claim your treasures, make them glow. Dibdit's the place to steal the show. Dibdit.com, yo.
I just love let your dibs overflow.
Let's
That's my
just let
favorite.
them overflow. You gotta, you can't,
Dibs overflow.
you can't do whatever with a backed up shoot.
Runneth-
I can't remember
Your
what it said, but
dibs
yeah.
runneth over.
Your dibs runneth over. I
No,
love
but it
that.
was so many messages. I had to have ChatGPT
Yeah.
take this giant thread of people complaining about
Dude,
Kevin and say, just give me
I-
a summary of this.
I read
me and
most
Carrie-
of them.
Yeah.
I really wanted to comment, but I'm like, I'm not getting involved.
Well,
I
so
am
me and Carrie
Switzerland.
were at the movies, and I was like, dude, we should really stand up for Kevin. He would stand up for us here.
would.
And then we looked at each other like, nah, and we just went home.
Because Kevin
Tennessee
can't just
Treasure
let
Hunter
people
can have
say
his
anything
opinion. That's
mean
fine.
about him or anything that he doesn't like. I
That's
don't know why
not
you're.
true.
I
That's
would
not
ignore every comment that was like that. I'd be like, whatever.
No, that's not
Probably.
true. People like, for instance, if you look at the thread, what Tennessee Treasure Hunter is saying here isn't. I'm not having issue with what he said. That's his opinion. That's fine. What I was having opinion with are specific statements or vague statements that are accusatory. That's just somebody's opinion. That's fine. People can have their opinion. I just
But-
don't like
but I
when,
think it's
when the truth is
interesting
distorted. That's all.
That the person who started that big thread is someone who is local to you, right?
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Tennessee Treasure Hunter.
the
is
other
one
guy
I
that
didn't-
was
I don't think I
getting
even
on him
replied
was.
to him. It was
Oh,
the
the
other one that
original-
I was good. Yes,
The
I don't
original
have
person
issue
you don't
with-
know.
Why are Gen X people so sensitive? That's what I don't understand about
No,
you
don't
Gen
be so
Xers.
mean. Look,
No,
we've
it's
talked.
'cause that you
He
guys-
actually
yeah.
Look, he said.
Didn't
that
you watch
he would come
Fraggle
on
Rock?
the
Just
show.
get along with everybody.
He would come on the show, and because he apologized to me, and he said because a lot of what he was saying was there's some truth in it.
True,
But
a lot of truth. Yeah, ever since you got the
No.
money, you've changed.
no,
Yeah.
that's not what he was saying. He
I
was
remember
saying
the old
different
you.
things. You didn't read it. You got ChatGPT to summarize.
I read it.
Bro, I'm not even.
I got
done.
an.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna stand up for you a couple times because I actually did get annoyed at a couple things, but I was like, eh.
Well, I mean, you make a statement.
I
don't
think I
wanna
asked Dave,
criticize
should
him
we?
Now. He basically
Yeah.
said most people around.
Well, I
my
figured if
area
I had
hate me, and I'm like,
anything to say, I'd say
talking
it live. You know, I'd do it live.
Primetime Treasure Hunter commented
Listen,
on our
deep
video
Did he?
and said he's still
Dom.
alive
Dom.
and still watching.
All
I love
right.
Dom.
How you doing,
Shout
Dom?
out Dom. He's
And
the
he
first one
actually
that ever.
made a
I did
video
a live
a
with
day
him, my
ago.
first one ever. Like
He
fuck,
made a
did.
video a day ago and a video 8 days ago, and then prior to that, it was a month. So
I love
he's
Dom.
still, he's
I want
still
Dom
kicking.
making videos every week forever.
Yeah.
I watched Dom. I watched Dom when he was on Pete Craigslist Hunters years and years ago. He was
Congratulations.
down over there.
Yeah, that's awesome. You were the first one, Kevin. Congratulations.
No, I'm just saying he's been around a long time. is
discovered
all I'm
him.
saying. I hate you guys.
Carrie,
You're the ones. You guys have led to these comments because people believe this. I hate it.
Well, I mean, come on, man.
I think it's. I thought the whole comment and its like pretext was wrong. It's saying you ever were relatable. I mean, that's really the issue with the comment.
Yeah, from your first hostage video to your ego-fueled, self-absorbed videos now, nothing's really changed except the level of terror.
Well, listen, that's the whole thing. You know, that was the whole Harry Tornado thing. I had people watching me. I used to watch Harry Tornado, and now I only watch you because he's got an ego. It's like amazing, you know, when success. You could change not at all,
Yeah.
but you succeed and you're labeled with something, and that's fine. What you know, people
People just get tired of seeing the same people all the time.
That's
forever.
what
They
it-
want
that's
new,
what it is.
fresh people to watch. That's how it is.
Yeah. So go watch Reseller Leftovers podcast.
Yeah.
So,
somebody's got
Grandma's Attic has a question. She wants to know, what website do you use to edit videos?
InShot.
That's not a website.
It's an app. I don't edit. I don't edit. I've
Yeah,
told you this.
you
I
don't
know how to
edit
on
via
the
websites.
computer.
Most
I
people,
couldn't
yeah,
figure out how to
well,
get my
listen,
camera
this is
working
fair.
today.
This is
InShot
fair.
and
There's a
captions
lot
on
of
my phone.
people. There's a lot of people that want to get into content, and that's kind of like back to what we started at the beginning. Like, if you don't know the right question to ask, you're gonna have a really hard time figuring it out. So, if Grandma's Attic wants to start making content, and goes to Google and says, "What website do I use to edit videos?" She's probably gonna end up signing up for some site and getting taken
Yeah.
advantage of, like my mom keeps having happen.
So me,
She's gotta get the life
Dave does
lock.
more complicated stuff, but me and Kevin like have always edited on our phones.
apps on their phone. That's the easiest
That's
thing. You
for
record
most
with your phone
everybody
and then use an
has
app
your
on your phone.
has a phone. Yeah. InShot.
And Kevin said
Captions,
InShot,
CapCut.
CapCut, all those would work fine for editing your video if you want to just do your phone. If you want to use a camera, it gets a little more complicated. I use something that's called DaVinci Resolve. People use
I
Premiere.
use a camera. What are you talking about?
Well, you're
Well,
talking about
I
a
can-
GoPro. So a GoPro, you
Well,
can
yeah.
also transfer onto your phone and edit with your phone as well. That's what Kevin does.
Yeah, I transfer all of my stuff to my computer and then I AirDrop it, which is weird. Not everybody.
Kevin
does that,
sends
but
his
I-
army of professional editors the SD cards.
This is bull.
I love-
edited my whole
I
video
love-
this
listen,
week,
Kevin-
by the way.
Kevin
Probably why
gives
somebody-
us a
David's
hard
son is
time.
one of them, so he
Listen.
would know.
No,
Well, he
isn't.
doesn't do it anymore.
I
He's got
fired
a
him.
real job now. Yeah. Did you actually tell him you didn't want him anymore?
No,
You just stopped
you
working.
Just stopped doing it. It was the easiest dismissal.
Easiest
ever.
layoff ever. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He works at Crocs, and yeah, he likes that. So that's
Crocs? What's that?
fine. Yeah,
The
it's
shoe.
a shoe store.
Oh,
It's a shoe store.
That's okay.
You never heard of Crocs? They're a Bolo.
Okay, Crocs could be some. Forget.
Like crocodile.
Have you ever
like you
flipped
think
Crocs?
like maybe he's working at like a
crocodile
bayou,
farm
like
in
crocodile
St.
farm,
Augustine?
or like
That
It
is a
could have
thing.
been a restaurant named Crocs.
this is
Oh,
true.
okay. So you have
Much
heard
more
of
likely
shoes.
that it's the world famous shoe store that's everywhere.
I've never seen a Crocs shoe store in my life.
It's
Really?
true.
Didn't
I
know
really
they
haven't
existed.
either. But they are starting to pop up everywhere. Crocs
There
are
are
a
a
big
lot
deal.
of them now. Yeah, Kevin, you talk
like the
trash about
Skechers
us
of the new
talking
world.
trash, but at the
No,
same
I'm
time,
not
you
talking
can't
trash.
deny that you've got the pineapple behind you. You're sporting it. It's like you've embraced
Okay,
what we've made
would
you
I
into.
have- yes. Speaking of pineapple stuff, I we're supposed to go to Crossville, and my wife said, no, we're leaving that Saturday to go to Florida. I was like,
Dude,
no.
you coming to my neck of the woods?
I know. Yeah, well, I was like, I can't go that Saturday. It's like, I'm going to be
Because I'm thinking of backing
Crossville.
out, too. You should come hang out with me.
You guys
It's
are
just
lame.
so
You
far
guys-
away. It's so far away. It really is
You guys
far.
are lame.
Yeah, well,
Well,
Kevin, we'll have to talk about your
Dave.
Florida trip. Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll just pick down here. I'll take you around. I think it's important to take a moment to thank our Wealthy as a Kevin Patreons, Vincent Street Market, Picks by Tyler, I Love Vintage NYC, Gem Flipper, Buffin' the Stuff, Alexandria Pickers, Lady Arbitrage, No Nose Pickers, Brian Sampor Beal, Mike Camparelli, Vintage Sports Flips, paulsmerch.com, Race Heck Resell, and Logan Murky. Thank you guys. You are amazing supporters. You've been doing it for a long time and really appreciate the support. You help us keep the show going. So guys, make sure you give them some props in the comments. All right, back to the show.
Well, I was thinking if we're going to Crossville and then you and Rod, I said I'll just drive down to Florida with Dave and his rig, and I won't have to buy a plane ticket down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Dave, just come up, Dave. Stop it.
So we've got a
couple
bunch of, oh my gosh, what is all these comments from Secondhand Solo? We've got a lot of them. He's just doing Carrie's one-liners. He's just writing Carrie's one-liners.
Well, read them. I want to hear you read my one-liners.
He also said your dad
but
is in his prayers.
I think.
Her
Oh,
prayers.
okay. He said a K is 1,000, right?
You're right.
I
That's
guess
when I
Carrie
was like
said
acting
that.
like I didn't know how much 1,000
Yes,
was.
that was acting.
I
again,
do,
lying.
guys. It's $100 bills is 1,000.
Well, Kevin, have you been looking at the comments on the shorts?
I have not at all. I
Do we
can't.
get
I've
comments
put
on the shorts?
limitations on me now. I'm like there's certain things I won't do that I used to do. Like I'm not going to go to
Bathe
X
yourself.
channel or something and look at. I'm kind of going in Dave's like mode where I'm not going to go look at everything all the time anymore. It just takes too dang much time. There's so much productivity. How many things could I
you're
list
right.
in the time in the 15 minutes I spent looking at
Life
how
is
my
about
social media
productivity.
did?
I spent hours.
How much
like,
can
I
we
just-
produce?
I just hyper focused on creating short form content with Opus Clip and stuff. It's crazy. It was
Can't
crazy.
compete
And
with Dave. Dave's crazy when he gets on
Isn't
one
it,
of these
though?
benders, man.
Kevin, I created 347 clips for Trash to Cash. So guys, you look forward to those. Okay, I created 245 for NC Picker. Okay, and
I
then
do
for my
one a day.
cooking, I
day.
created 309. And so
Are
yeah,
you
that's
posting those
that's
on
really
your
good.
cooking or your Facebook page?
My cooking TikTok and my Facebook cooking page. Yeah, not my
Are
YouTube
they doing
one.
well?
That YouTube channel is doing far too well to take
yeah,
risks.
take risks.
Can't be taking risks on that channel.
Uh-huh.
No, they're not doing well anywhere. But I feel like
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
just gonna brute force my way in.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen eventually,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Me and Carrie were looking. It's crazy, guys. I sound like Gary Vee right now, but just make content. It doesn't even need to be freaking good. I mean, I'm telling you, like, this video that went viral
Speaking
on
of-
Facebook, Kevin,
Dude,
I gotta
it's-
tell you this.
it's
I
insane.
go up to a garage sale and I say, oh, a grave digger. I walk up to it. I say, yeah, look at that. I've seen that before. It's a big RC car. It is
Of a grave
17
digger.
seconds long. I've made $200 on it. On Facebook.
That's like your ET. That
200
every time you posted it, you got a
200
million
bucks.
views. You're like, oh, it's ET, and you didn't explain anything. We had no idea where you were 7 seconds out.
It's just like so dumb.
It's your voice,
It's like,
I think.
I don't know. Like, and then I'll
There
spend
are a lot
4
of
hours on a
producers and
video.
a lot of consumers. Yeah.
I'll spend 4 hours on a video and it'll get no
Mm-hmm.
views. But that garbage one that I did while I was eating a chicken sandwich makes me $200. I don't get
That's
it. It's
nuts.
just so weird. So I've decided I just need to brute force my way into shorts on everything.
There is a
'cause
lot
you
of
never
just,
know.
honestly,
Let it happen.
content. I mean, you want to learn as you go, but
I-
a lot of it is just determination.
I have a short on Garage Sale Nation that's about to hit 2 million. I mean, it's been around for a while.
$2 million?
2 million? No.
Cool,
I
man,
wouldn't
$2
be on
million.
this podcast. 2 million views, which is not much money on
That's
YouTube
nuts.
Shorts.
That's like 1/10 of what I get on Facebook in 28 days.
No, that was on. No,
Oh,
shut
views.
up. I'm
Okay.
talking about YouTube. Thank you.
That's like-
Dave gets more views on. Yeah, you get more views because you put something out every 3 seconds. I'm like,
Yeah, I
Dave,
was saying this before the podcast. Don comes in, slightly accusatory, saying, Dave's done 20 videos and pieces of content on his Facebook, and then of course Kevin's done 12 today. So now I have to be good enough, I guess. I have to do between 12 and 20. Or I don't know. I got to live somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Gary, listen, I figured out repurpose. That's impressive for me. I can put this on there. And Dave had it all screwed up. It was going backwards. It was getting into my videos with Turner in here when he was 4. I'm like, dude, this is
dude, you know that's so funny because mine does that too. So I'll repurpose these old videos. Tina's mom will call and she'll be like, "Is David okay?"
Yeah.
Tina's like, "What are you talking about?"
Get that all
she's
the
like,
time.
"I just watched this video. He almost got into a fight at a gas station." I'm like, Tina's like, "Dave, did you get in a fight at a gas station 2 years ago when there was a hurricane and people were fighting over gas?"
That's what I don't want to do though. It's I'll put out some repurpose, but I want new stuff coming out all the time. So that's why I make one.
I put
or
out new
two
stuff
or
every
three
day,
a
but
day.
I got 5 a day right now. I set up on my card, so we'll see how.
Did you get it set up through TikTok this time?
No, I don't have it for my main channel. I have it for cards.
Okay.
But I
How
need to
come
figure that
Dawn
one
can
out.
be accusatory of you? Isn't she on social media? Can't you be like?
No, she said she's gonna start doing it too.
She's excited
Dawn
too. No,
said
this
she's
has
gonna
pumped
do it.
Dawn up too. We went
Yeah.
to the thrift store, and Dawn was making videos. She's excited now. We're all on the Facebook
Flipper
bandwagon.
channel. I put out a video. It would have aired by now, but it's rethinking my. Although I got to give Dave credit because when I brought that up, I'm like, is it really worth my time to do the Commonwealth Flipper channel? And Dave looked in the camera. I don't know if we were on the podcast or afterwards.
It was after the podcast.
And he said, "You're not going to stop doing that channel. Who you fool?"
Gary,
He straight
Gary,
up told
Gary,
me that. And I'm
Gary.
like, yeah, you're probably right.
You're nozzling the mic, bro. That's all right. People are gonna comment. You're going,
Nuzzling?
yeah, that. It's the breathe. It's the breathe.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kevin's not gonna stop his Flipper channel. It's a new mic for Carrie. Cowtown
But
Picker
why did
said.
you say that?
Why did I say that you wouldn't stop your Flipper channel?
Yeah. Because I think you're right, but I
just
think
know
you're right
you.
for the
You
wrong
like
reason.
teaching. You're a teacher. I think
I
you
just
like
think
to teach.
you love it. I think you love
I
it.
love it.
That's
So
your
I was
connection to
right.
school teacher Kevin.
Yeah, I think you love doing it, and I think
You
you
like
really
to
love the money.
pontificate. You like to just show the ego. This is.
I think
there's
something about the fact that
Peacock
makes,
around everywhere,
makes
that's what
people
you
love
enjoy.
him. Yeah, it's this need for love, this lack of love he
They
had
hate. What are
growing
you
up.
talking about? Everybody hates me. I'm an egomaniac. man.
No,
Listen,
everybody loves
Cowtown
you,
Picker,
but we just call you out.
Kevin, 2 people dislike you out of the thousands that watch.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Everybody likes you. You're just
it's
focusing
all
on the
about
people who don't.
yeah. It's all about perspective. Cowtown Picker, want to give him a chance here. Other than Caitlin Clark and M&M bricks, what is the craziest, wildest, most valuable item you found at a sale? We've been asked this before, but
Yeah.
well, mine was probably the comic book sale, the $2,800 Fantastic Four issue. That was pretty sweet. Kevin,
I mean, my answer's always been the Animan, but I got to come up with something else. Craziest, wildest, most valuable? Yeah.
dude, your Braille Playboy's got to be up
It
there.
was, that. 200
That's pretty
bucks.
crazy.
Yeah, 200
No, the
bucks.
slightly
You find
used.
stuff
It was
like that.
slightly used when you bought it.
Yeah.
Braille Playboy.
I think the best sale, it wasn't
lot
one
of
item,
textures.
was that vintage sale at 127, but I sold that Richard Petty Pit Crew original one for $750. Oh, it's the Willow VHS sold for $1,750. That was cool.
Okay.
Willow's
Carrie?
I
great.
like finding
I want to
gold.
watch Willow.
But here's what
I
I,
remember-
found out with gold. Go ahead.
Let's talk about gold. Go ahead, Kevin. This is
No,
right
forget
up your
about
alley.
Carrie's chance.
If I find an item for $5 that sells for $500, hardly anybody complains. Like if that's the price, right? If they're like it's $5 and I buy it for $5 and I sell for $500, nobody complains in the comments. But if I find a piece of gold for $1 that sells for $500, people will get pissed off, even if that's the price.
yeah.
What's wrong with the hand movements? What are you trying to do?
He's cueing the song.
It was perfect because it was so boring. I don't know how. We got to have something more subtle. I don't know what to do.
No. We need to announce the Gary.
What an
Kevin,
ego,
announce the
Gary.
Gary or Carrie. Someone announce the
Yes,
Gary.
I mean we got big stuff going on in Dibdick Cards, and Carrie's not promoting it here. Come on, Carrie.
Well, okay, Dibdick Cards. It's July 16th, I believe. Is
What's
it 16th?
happening?
I want to have that
16th,
right.
yeah.
July 16th.
Gary Busey. Gary Busey is
Not
going to
Gary
be on.
Busey. I wish Gary. If you're listening, Mr. Busey, he's still alive, correct?
You're welcome.
You're welcome
You can come
to
on.
join
Gary
Rod
V.
and Gary V. They're going to be opening up some V Friends Chrome.
Yeah.
Gary
think
V
I'm
is
gonna
going to be
go
on
on
Dip Dick
before it.
Cards, y'all. All
Yo,
these
Gary
years
Busey
later.
looks terrible. Holy
I think
crap.
I'm going to give away
He's
some
invited though.
V-Friends merch before it and lead into it. If
Okay.
you think that'd be helpful.
Yeah. So wait, I zoned out. What day?
I
The
think it's the
16th,
16th.
I believe. The 16th, Gary V and Rod are going to do a break,
Okay.
and then you're going to lead into a show with me and Tim afterwards.
But we got to get to more than 2,000 people because we got to give away
Yes.
that box, whatever box.
Yeah,
it
we
is.
have an
Yeah.
optic retail box that we're giving away, 20 packs, 4 cards per pack that we're giving away once we hit 2,000 followers on Dip.
Dude, we're going to get to 2,000. We're at
18
1.9 right now.
Oh, we're close then.
But
yeah.
Dave,
Wait till No
we gotta
Bangers
get
really
there.
pushes it. Then we'll get to 2-1.
You pushed it in this week's episode a little bit.
I
Not
know
the
we
Gary
got we
Vee
got to
thing.
give it just a little bit more of a push.
Yeah.
But Dave, are you still doing the
Stubborn,
free
a
breaks?
stubborn turd.
Dave, you're doing 1 day of free breaks.
I was told that you were planning that. Am I planning
Yes.
that now?
Yeah, no.
You tell me what to do and I'll do it.
No. I was planning it, and so for me to plan it, I called up Rod and said, "You need
Rod
to plan
hasn't talked
this
to me
part."
at all. Yeah, Rod
And
hasn't
then
done
Tim,
Tim,
I
anything.
plan
believe, is
everything,
planning
too.
the
It's
other
just
part.
Dave
and
or
then-
Rod, I call them.
So Rod hasn't gotten back to you yet. Okay.
No. You got to follow up on that action.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Rod's
No,
too
it's
busy
all falling
buying
apart.
out every
Yeah.
single card within 100 miles of Tampa Bay. All of
Well, that's his strategy. If there's no cards left to buy except for his cards, he can ask whatever he
Exactly.
wants. That's
That's
the
what he's
key.
doing.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
so
gonna
we...
be doing
I don't know how to
packs
see
over
the
there.
actual total.
I'm not going to be a card bro, but I have these packs. I got to sell stuff. I'm just going to
Yeah.
just dollar auctions. Doesn't matter how much it is.
If you sell
Well-
cards at any level, even packs, you're a card bro. So just to embrace
well,
it.
you can be a part-time card bro. I feel like
Yeah.
I have nothing
You
but
could be a-
side hustles, by the way.
Yeah.
Which the
that's
new
not bad.
bill that came through has really, really given an advantage to the side hustle bros, by the way.
Jim Flipper, you're gonna do a great job because I believe in you. Jim Flipper, you can do whatever, reselling or whatever. I know you can do it, believe in yourself. Hey Don, it's time to get motivated. These are triceps right now. Biceps. Haven't been working out. Full disclosure. A little bit. You've been there. I've been working out a little bit. Give me a little time. But you're doing awesome. Keep up the great work. And, you know, if you ever get discouraged, remember that, hey, you know, you can do it. Hey, Mike Metco. Mike Campanelli, how you doing, buddy? I'm just going to whisper this so nobody else can hear. But you're doing a great job, man. I don't think you understand how good you're doing. And I want you to know that motivation comes to those who seek it. And you sought this out, and you're getting it, man. You're doing great, so that's your encouragement. Your motivation is you can step it up even more, man. You can go to more meetups. You can create more. You can list more. You can do whatever you want, man. 2 roads emerge when you're walking like down just a singular road, Mike. 2 roads. You know which road you chose? You chose the most practical one. Who cares who travels more on which one? I don't understand what that matters. Just go down the road that makes sense, man, and keep pushing it. You're doing awesome.
Paul's Merch. Paul'sMerch.com. So many wonderful things. Socks. Gumdrops. Starburst. Leonard toys. I get sad sometimes. Humans are gone. Humans are gone.